Your referee in charge of the action when the cage door closes, the one and only Basil Bam Bam Majub.
Fifth fight of the night here at AKA 32. And we are underway. Three rounds, 3 minutes, excuse me, goodness.
Pretty solid head movement there by Erik Grady. Enters in for a shot, enters pretty high because Nicholas Moses is able to grab an underhook, and he's way up there.
It's interesting that that Grady chose to take the fight here. I don't know if he watched any film or if he just feels confident there in the clinch with Moses. You know, showing so much strength there in his last fight.
Grady needs to be careful keeping in with those kicks and landing with all his weight on it, because he could run into a punch harder than my guy Nicholas Cage Moses could throw him.
Well, nice jab a moment ago from Nick Moses.
I could see he was just itching to throw that right hand.
Erik Grady just barely out of the way of these big looping shots. His eyes look like they're open, and it seems as if he's, you know, using solid boxing fundamental defense. Been working with the DeMint brothers.
He's doing a good job controlling his opponent here.
You got to be careful kneeing inside here, especially with no any established control. Kind of just hoping and praying, pitching those knees up. Because from this position, Nicholas Moses has the inside tie. He has the advantage throwing a knee.
Erik Grady, his knees are looking a lot sharper and stronger right now.
Erik Grady needs to pummel in, find some better inside control for those knees to be effective. These are hard. These are tough.
It just seems that Moses is just a little bit more in control here. Even when his back's against the cage, he is the one landing the bigger shots.
Back to what we were talking about in a fight previous, when we're in that position to clinch, we need our hips in, not bent at the waist. That's why those knees are so easily coming up right into the belly. And those are doing damage. They're adding up over time. You see Grady's hurting. He needs to get his hips in and posture instead of trading knees to the belly here, because again, he doesn't have the advantage positionally. Inside control, that's a little better.
Blown out. He's got the tight waist.
Got his hands together. Let's see if he's able to get a little. He needs to. Yep, penetrate in half. That's not bad. Not a bad attempt, but Nicholas Moses just a little too balanced. This is a grueling fight, too, for a guy making his debut, just going in there. And I think Nicholas's first fight was similar to this, just kind of in the clinch. They leaned on each other. Very grueling fight.
And I can't blame Moses for wanting to take the fight here. He just seems so strong in that clinch, able to land very good knees. But Grady showed some good moments, and I think, you know, just making some adjustments like you talked about, getting your hips in. You know, I think sometimes people, they want to get that head pressure so bad they kind of lean into it rather than squat and get it from underneath. And so if he can make those adjustments, I think he can be a little bit more competitive there. Not that he isn't competitive, just not as easily controlled.
Just trying to do a little too much, moving a little too big. Like he's moving his head, but you can see he's just, like, he makes a shot miss and he's just a little too far out to come back. He needs to do things a little more subtly rather than trying to make things miss so big. But yeah, it's been a relatively good fight. I'd like to see these guys keep the space, see who can actually strike in the open, because if they keep fighting like this, I think it works for Nicholas Moses' favor.
And I'd like to see Moses land some punches. It looks like he's trying to set up that right hand, but he just won't quite let it go fast enough for it not to be a big tell.
Right.
Grady's got that good head movement, and he's going to see a big looping punch coming.
He's moving Erik Grady moving his head well. Got to bite down on that mouthpiece. He's got a strange one. It doesn't look like it's molded. Rookie mistake, but he his debut. Big punch.
There you go. The great hand landed.
It's a little bit better of an entry by Grady, but again, Moses just big and strong, difficult to take down.
This feels a lot like the continuation of the Mack Truck Sullivan fight. I mean, a lot of the same things happening here in the second fight for Nicholas Moses.
Shout out to my boy Mac Truck Sullivan. I hope he's having a great night someplace.
I'm sure he is.
That guy throws him. Another little volley for position. Not a bad job by Erik Grady. He needs to make something happen here, though. He's kind of just trying to hang on, and it looks like he wants to drag Nicholas Moses down. But if he wants to get Nick down, he's going to have to take a shot, change levels, penetrate, cut an angle, and finish. Right now, he's not going to be able to drag this big boy down.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, he got his back turned. If anything, he should look to separate in those moments and maybe see if he can do a better job on his feet.
Land a punch, you know, let it rip. Let's see, why not?
Those shots from Moses starting to add up on the body. I mean, knee after knee.
Yeah, and I think Nicholas Moses, he's content with being here and just kind of winning these positions. He's the bigger, stronger guy, definitely landing the more significant knees up the middle. But again, it's just
occasionally a hammer fist to the top of the thigh. Oh, and we have a guillotine attempt.
Let's see if Erik Grady can make something
happen. Up,
yeah, this would be tough. He needs to, like, if he wants to get Nick Moses' head down, he needs to be able to not run into a fence. So this is a tough spot. You see he's kind of trying to push with his foot to create some sort of space. Look at this, Erik Grady kind of trying to threaten. Nick is so tall, though. This is a good squeeze. Interesting. You know, Erik Grady's working hard there, and Nick Moses is gonna
weather the storm.
Yeah, he's about to launch some knees up the middle for his trouble. 40 seconds left is a long time. Wasn't a bad attempt by Erik Grady, but I think he got a little overzealous with the squeeze. Maybe needed a little snap down, try to get him to his knees before we.
Oh, nice uppercut hook combinations from Moses.
Oh, big knee up the middle. I'm telling you, those are money in the bank. They're adding up.
Yeah, things starting to really open up here for Nick Moses.
And I really don't mind these kind of fights. I think the cage work is kind of an.
I tell you who doesn't mind these kind of fights at all, that's Nicholas Moses.
Yeah.
He'll stay here.
I know that it's not always the fans' favorite to see people wrestle up against a cage, but Moses does such a good job of also doing punishment here.
Yeah.
It does make it exciting for me.
Well, that guillotine attempt pissed Nicholas Moses off because he really went to work the final 60 seconds of that round. Makes you wonder how much energy Grady used because Moses took over after that, as if he wasn't already.
I think it just speaks to Nicholas Moses just being savvy. He understood that not much happened in that round. Let's not let the only thing be a guillotine attempt. So he kind of turned up the volume there. I'd like to see more of that as we go into the third round. He's kind of got Erik Grady not feeling great in those spots. Let's keep the range. Let's see if we can land a punch, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, and it seemed that he kind of Grady kind of gassed himself out looking for that squeeze, and he just didn't have an answer for the rest of the round. So I just want to reiterate that I think he should look, like you say, to separate, land some punches, see if we can win in that way. It's all about making those adjustments, finding out where you can win, because right now he needs a big finish, I think, to win this fight.
Yeah, it certainly feels like Moses ahead 2-0 going into this third and final round. And we are ready to roll here.
Nice teep kick.
Votal asking for Grady to move his feet. I agree. Circle. He's doing a good job of evading the punches, but he's kind of moving, keeping his feet in place and just moving his head, making the punch miss, but he's not able to spring back and make anything happen off of it. And we are back to work for Nicholas Moses, just chopping away.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Why not? Yeah.
Okay. And a jump
hey,
guard.
I'm really not mad at it. Why not? Change it up. Erik Grady losing these positions. You know, I typically wouldn't sign off on a guard pull, but
you never know, may be able to make something happen here. But he can't just lay here on his back. He's got to look to throw up a submission, do something here.
You're absolutely right. Grady kind of going for a little high shoulder there, attempting something, but now Nicholas Moses standing over him. You know, again, going back to the tactics here, pulling guard, you wouldn't want to do it in the first round, but I know Erik Grady, it looks like he does have a reasonably active guard, but we're in the third round. We've been getting beat on for over 7 minutes at this point, and it's tough to throw up your guard when your legs are full of blood, which I know they are. But you see, he's on his hip. He's going for something there, a sweep or something. This is smart. Big right hand, knee up the middle. My guy, Nicholas.
Just imposing his will is Nicholas Moses here in this final round.
Samurai Nick.
I like it, Samurai Nick. It's like Samurai Jack.
Bang.
It's a throwback. I don't think people remember that cartoon.
Yeah,
I remember that one. Yeah,
out here dating myself. Yeah, Samurai Jack.
We're all about the same age here.
That's the guy.
Well, this has been a ton of body work from Nicholas Moses, just beating up on the midsection of Grady.
Very creative with some of his strikes, too. I saw him hammer fist the thigh,
Well, listen,
hammer fist the body, and it works.
He's been in this spot, so you know he should be making stuff up at this point. Right? We've spent a lot of. This is his second fight. I think this is his 18th minute in this position. I mean, he's fought a lot here.
There is now tape on Nicholas Moses and how he wants to fight you. That's for sure. Final 10 seconds here.
If you don't create a game plan around his strengths, that's on you.
That's right. And look, hey, you may know that coming in. Nicholas Moses is he's strong, man, and he just did everything he wanted in this fight and clearly executed the game plan and is going to come out with a victory.
Yeah, sometimes you know and you still can't stop it. A lot of people knew that Ronda Rousey was going to armbar them, and they still got armbarred.
It's right up here.
Nicholas Moses is big and he's physical. I think he can do that to a lot of people. It's going to take somebody with skill and ability to keep their distance, keep their range, move their feet to stop a volley of attacks like that. So interesting. I like Nicholas Moses. He's got an interesting look. I look forward to tracking him throughout the future.
These other light heavyweights on the card better keep their eyes on Nicholas Moses because he is coming.
Man, rocking that top knot. What was the top knot? That was like 2015?
2023, apparently.
Hey, baby. Bring it back.
Great stuff there by Nicholas Moses, and we'll let our samurai.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of big boys throwing big shots, we are going to the judges' scorecard. Ladies and gentlemen, all 3 judges have seen and scored this bout the same way. Therefore, declaring your winner by unanimous decision. Fighting in the blue corner, Nicholas Moses.
No real surprise there as Nicholas Moses does his thing, takes care of business, and controls that fight from start to finish. And now he'll spend a few minutes with Victoria Mason.
This cage and hold him there and land big shots is impressive. You've got 2 wins under your belt here at AKA. How soon would you like to get back in here?
Soon. I'll do it tonight if you want me to, but hopefully around March. That's the game right now.
All right, well, these other light heavyweights better have their eyes on you. Congratulations again. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
First off, thank God. Without him, nothing's possible. I want to thank my whole family over there. My mama hates fighting, but she still comes just for me. I want to thank my coaches and my teammates. They're the best, and everybody that tried. Thank y'all.
Well, all right. Thank you so much for the excellent performance. Congratulations again. Everybody, give it up for your winner, Nicholas Moses.